My name is Simone Cuomo, and today I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes telling you everything I know about Vitepress. Vitepress is a static site generator, is built on top of Vite, and actually is built on top of Vite and Vue. Vitepress is currently on release, close to be release number 1. So as you can see, it's a release candidate for release 1. And it's been fantastic for me, both for my personal project and also for a project that I've done for professional needs. Even if Vitepress is not fully released, you will probably see that it's been used in quite a few places. So here on the screen we have the Vitepress documentation itself that you can actually see and go around by yourself. Is actually built completely with Vitepress. A very good example for you to take inspiration from. Then we have Forge, so Laravel Forge, that is also been fully written on Vitepress. Then we got Trust.js, that is a 3JS wrapper for Vue. What I like about Trust.js is also as extra customization, such as the a playground and everything else also written in here. And last but not least, we have the Vue.js official documentation. Also, this has been built on Vue.js. This is probably the pinnacle of the Vitepress. He has internationalization that is also part of Vitepress. He has dark and white themes, he has search, and he also has a very complicated specification and customization. For example, the toggle to see the code in different ways, and other APIs and playground that they build them. So Vitepress is great, and the fact that it's been used by so many great brands and names actually also shows you that is something to keep an eye on. It's been on my watch list for a little bit, but now it's really on my recommend list. I do recommend it to many people around. What makes Vitepress so great is, number one, is really easy to get started. So in this video, we're going to create a very simple version of Vitepress and go into the different files. But what makes it unique is that it's not only easy to document, easy to get started and use, but it's actually also very easy to modify. And furthermore, it is very flexible. So that means that you can customize it and make whatever you want out of it. So it has the best of both worlds. On one side, it's very easy to get started, very low learning curve. And on the other side, if you need to do anything that is a bit more special, you got all the tools to actually do so. The guide and the documentation for Vitepress are fantastic. So you will see from this video and further video that I'm going to do about this topic is that you can find loads of information on the actual documentation right here. Vitepress is a static site generator, as I said, and it's built all on top Markdown. So if you used other tools in the past, I think Gatsby, if I'm not wrong, uses Markdown, and other static site generator. It follows the same trend of allowing you to create pages using Markdown, but then it also has a beauty of being able to expand it and customize it by just adding view. So you can actually add HTML, CSS, script tag right directly within your Markdown file, and it will work as a charm. So without waiting any further, I think it's time for us to go and try out how to actually get started with Vitepress. The only prerequisite that you have is that you need Node version 18 and above, and then you just need an IDE. So in my case, I'm using Visual Studio Code, but there's loads already started. You can use Code Sandbox and things online if you want to. You have to create a folder. I've already created a folder called Vitepress YouTube, but you can create a folder yourself in your operating system. And then what we do, we install the Vitepress package. Vitepress has been built in a way that it can easily be added on an existing project. So as we know, we developers, we're not really the greatest of adding documentation. So usually it always comes as a follow-up needs. So Vitepress can easily be added on an existing project. So as you can see, I got my assets folder, so it's just a folder, so to show that it's not an empty folder, and we're going to use the asset folder later on. So the only thing we're going to do is npm add nd, because it's a dev dependencies. It's not going to be pushing your build bundle, and then we're going to see Vitepress. So this is going to install the package, and it's also going to initialize our package.json in this case because we didn't have any. If you did have a package.json, it's just going to add it to that. So there's nothing special or unique about the command we did. The next one up is we're going to run an npx command called Vitepress, and this is a wizard. So it's npx Vitepress init. And this is a wizard that will support us in creating a Vitepress instance. So as you can see, you can choose where to put the config, the file name, the description, and then which theme do you want. So Vitepress comes with a default theme that is the one that is kind of used by most of the websites that are shared, but you can also create your own custom theme that doesn't have to follow at all any of the requirements from Vitepress. So it's fantastic if you really want to customize it further. We're going to go with default theme. I'm going to say no to TypeScript. I'm going to say yes to add the scripts on the package.json. If we go and analyze the package.json, you see that 3 scripts has been added. We got docs.dev, docs.build, and docs.preview. The main reason why these are prefixed with docs is to make sure that they don't conflict with existing scripts. So if you have an existing application, quite probably you will have an npm run dev, build, or preview. So to avoid conflicts there, these are actually prefixed with docs, but you can change it if this repository is just going to be a documentation for you. So we're going to go npm run docs now and actually see what comes out of the box. What you see here, we got our title, our description, our subline, call to action and feature boxes here. Our site also come already with dark and white theme, and it also come with 2 example markdown files. So this one you can actually read it through. It tells you a few different things that are supported by the markdown, but the website comes with all this already out of the box. What we're doing now, we're going to spend a few minutes to see how many files and what is really needed to have this up and running. And you will actually be surprised because in total, Vitepress needs 2 files to actually run. Number 1 is in the .vitepress folder over here. And there's a file called config.msg. This is the file that is the configuration file for the whole site. So this is where we set our title, our description. This is where we set the nav bar. So the nav bar is the top bar here. So as you can see, home and examples, and this is where these are. Then you got the sidebar, and this is the sidebar shows here. So we got example and the different markdown that are actually there. And then there's a social links. So the GitHub. So in our case, it's the GitHub that is the one that is on the top right here. So all this will set up the whole site. So this is where you can then set up logo and other things further down the line. But this is really the file needed to set up the site. And then the next file you need is called the index.md file. That is the main entry point for Vitepress. So index.md is going to be the same as going to the root of your website. And everything you see here is all defined by using this that is called front matter. So if you ever worked with Markdown before, it's actually driven by something called top of the Markdown always has a front matter that is some specific configuration for the given file. So in our case, we specify the layout that is going to be home. We specify what we want in the hero. So as you can see, we have name, text, tagline, and actions that are precisely the same that you see here: name, description, taglines, and actions. And then here we got another feature that is called features that allows you to put features block right here. So this is what makes this file, this page here. If I go here, for example, I want to make some changes. It's quite easy. Let's say I want to create a image on the main website. I'm going to just add image. I'm going to set so as you can see, I already got a assets folder with the logo to PNG. So I'm actually adding that. And then always for accessibility, we also set an alt tag. So if I go here, if I save it, the beauty of Vitepress is that it's built on Vite. So that means that it's instantaneous the way the sites update. So as you can see now, we got a logo on our main page. Some small changes as well. If we will want to remove this and just put you, or if we want to actually add a logo, for example, or icon in one of these, you're actually able to say icon, and let's say icon in our feature, and let's say I'm gonna put an emoji. So I can put an emoji, you can actually put a source. So if I save this, you see that we got now a little icon in our feature box. These are just some of the settings. You can find these here. As you can see, actually there's the documentation that drives you to say how and where to find information. Then what you also see is that we got 2 extra files. That these are just example markdown files. So these are not necessary for you to run the application. They're just example to show you how to create a new page. What we're going to do in the last few minutes of this video is that we're going to create a new page. So if I create a new page right here and I call it my page.md, this creates a brand new page right here. And then what we can do, we can actually add the front matter up here. And the basic front matter for every page is the title. And I always suggest to everybody to define a title for your page because it's very important for SEO purposes. Then everything that goes outside of the front matter is really just marked down. So if I say my heading, and then I say link, and if I save it, you can now go on your website, / my page, if I'm not wrong, that's how I called it. You can see that we got the heading, and you can see that we got the link. So this is now our markdown. What you also see is that the right-hand side has already been done with the headings. But as you notice, there's nothing on the left-hand side because this is driven by by the config file. So if we want to see our my page on the left-hand side, we'll have to go back here, go in Vitepress, go in the config, and right here, you see that that's where we drive the sidebar. Okay, so sidebar example, we're going to say my page, and it's actually going to go to my page. If I save this and go back, yeah, you see that my page is showing now and is also already active. So I'm able to actually go forward and backwards to all the pages, and this was done in a few minutes. I'm going to do more videos to actually go in details on multiple sidebars and how to what is the front matter and so on and so forth. But I just wanted to give you a very quick overview of what Vitepress is. You are able to actually go and experience Vitepress by yourself. As you've seen, it's very quick to get running. And if you do need to do documentation for your site, I really, really greatly suggest it. Stay tuned for more videos. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you later.
This program is presented by This.Labs, the framework-agnostic consulting firm helping enterprises realize their technical goals through staff augmentation, consulting, project management, on-demand subject experts, training, and other professional services. Find out more at This.Labs.com.